Yeah, I planning to. No, no.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare. Krishna वंदे चंद्राय राधिकाय कृष्णाय कृष्णाय नमः नारायणं सुंदरं केवलं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरे जय रूपा सनातन भक्त रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल जय गोसाई करी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. This month we have Jagannath Rath Yatra, Snan Yatra. Lord Jagannath is Radha Bhav. He say Dora, say Krishna, say Jagannath. He is different. In the Radha Bhav, he becomes manifested and in all hands, limbs, everything becomes inside. Is Radha Chinta Niveshika, Yasha Kanti Vilokika. Kanti becomes Vilokika and Sri Krishna Chara Mande Radha Lingite Vidya. Is not different from Radha Lingite because in Jagannath Ashtakam it is said that Radha Alingata Sukho. Sukho means the happiness. He is only happy by the embrace of Radharani. So that's why this Braj Dham is Radha Patankita Dham. Without Radha, there is what Krishna will do. He is indeed. Sometimes, the Keshav Bharati was the sannyas guru of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but he is also from Mayavadi sannyas. But he is not Mayavadi, but still Mayavadi. So Mahaprabhu, sometimes Kaliyuga, the people are misunderstanding the other Vaishnavas, Shankar Vaishnavas and different Vaishnavas, always criticizing Mayavadi, but we have to understand sometimes they also, when they do Swadhyay, Adhyay, Yajna, even Lord Radha Krishna, Abhishek, what they chant mantra is, they chant mantra Sachitananda Rupaya. What? They chant the mantra Sachitananda Rupaya Vishwa Utpatyaya Hetavi. The Lord is not ordinary. Either Gaur or Jagannath, they are not ordinary. They are Sachitananda Rupaya Vishwa Utpatyaya Hetavi. Hetavi means the cause. And Tapatraya Vinashaya. Tapatraya means there are so many Tapatraya. In this world there is always Tapatraya. Something always is there. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Hidayate na kailo upaya. So similarly, Tapatraya Hetave Vishwapatyaya चैतन्य तापत्रयाय विनाशाय कृष्णाय नमो नमः. That Krishna is Leela Purushottam. He is same Jagannath, he is same Lord. He is Leela Purushottam. So that Krishna, that Satchitananda Rupa, that Jagannath become he running towards Vedanta. And always constantly thinking about Radharani. Either he was not happy in Kurukshetra, he was not happy in Dwarka, because they are all Vaikuntha, Aishwaryam. Only Braja Prem, Braja Bhakti, Braja Dham has that power, because this is Radha Padam Dham. Here everywhere it is said, Rasik, so many devotees of the Lord. वृंदावन के वृक्ष को मरमर जाने को डाल डाल पात पात श्री राधे राधे हो. Only a devotee of Gaur, because Mahaprabhu when he came in Braj, he always meditating on Radha, 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 and he came in Vrindavan. I was sitting there. Even Vishram Ghat also. So here all Braj, every creeper, you can see so many creepers, so many kunjas. So many places, the trees are all bent. They are embracing also, bending also, because they are all Radha Bhavi. And that same Krishna is feeling too much separation from them. Same Jagannath is feeling too much separation from them. So that's why that Jagannath always where those all Braj Gopis, Braj Gwalas, where is that Brahma Kartika Yamuna, where is my all Sakha, where is my, so but specifically in Rathayatra Mahotsav is always Radha mood. So whenever the Mahaprabhu goes back, Jagannath becomes upset and he will always making big eyes. Nobody can, because once what happened, when I was in 1984, I was too much naughty. In Radha Rasbihari Bombay temple, sometimes I used to go hide on the top and see from that Radha Rasbihari. And then Thakurji, so much crowd was there, but he can see you. Directly he can see you. No matter hiding here, there. Similarly, this Lord eyes are not ordinary. They are Anek Janmarchita Papa Choram Chora Granasyam Purusham Namam. The millions of times, millions of lives, we have committed so many millions of offenses or forgot him. But he remembers us. He always sees our all activities. That's why so many Upanishads say that every moment of our actions, he is a witness, Sakshi. So the Lord, that's Lord, who is looking, coming as a Patit power, looking, glancing to all of the devotees. No caste, no creed, no rich and poor and this and that. So everyone he is glancing. That's why he is called Patita power. Because when he is inside the temple, he mostly specifically he takes seva from very nearest with all Shupa and means who are cooking or who are worshipping or who are like that. So, but here, the Rath Yatra Mahotsav is very specific. Lord, out of his compassion, he comes on the street because we are all street beggars. There is no doubt. But the people, they living in the Bhagavad Gita says, Prakriti Gurana Gune Karmani Sarvajna Ahankara Vimudhatma Karta. He is always witnessing, he is always feeling, he is always looking towards us, and he is always hankering that this living entities to come to him. So that's why the Lord thinks, they don't know, no problem, I will come on the street. And he becomes Patipavan, that same Lord, he comes, he glance, by glance also he gives all mercy. He loves infinite ocean, that's why it is said, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. He is called Karuna Sindhu. Sindhu means the ocean of love, ocean of mercy, ocean of kripa. So here Lord wants to bestow the trita of all living entities to come to the original constitutional position, the servitor, because the original our constitutional position is to serving the Lord. The limbs of the hand, leg, all, if they don't serve stomach, they will suffer. Similarly, if one who forgets either Gaur, either Nitai, or all Jagannath, Krishna, then we are bereft of this human, after 84 lakhs species, what we got this body, this human body. This human body is very important body. Here we can do human body because demigods they do duty. Duty means work. Every if you can see all demigods they are doing some duty. But the women can do bhajan. The Lord Jagannath become Patit Pavan comes on the street because we are all living for God. So that's why this Karuna Sagar Patit Pavan Jagannath is coming to Gundicha or side, and from he become Radha Alikata Sukho. Why is towards coming to Braj Vrindavan Radha? Why is always meditating and thinking of Radha? Because without a Radha, जहाँ जहाँ पग पड़े राधा के, wherever the lotus feet of Radha puts, Krishna's eyes goes behind running towards Braj. Rath Yatra means actually Vrindavan के वृक्ष को मरमर जाल डाल यहाँ everywhere there is Radha, 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 Radha. Every tree, creeper, all everyone, Gopal, Gwala, they are all Radha Bhavi. So here, that same Krishna, same Jagannath, he wants to rush towards Braj. That is what the Rath Yatra. Mahaprabhu, wherever Krishna cannot see, Jagannath cannot see Mahaprabhu. Why? Because Radha is there. In Mahaprabhu there is Radha. So without Radha, then Mahaprabhu goes back, then Jagannath doesn't. So that's why simultaneously one side he is blessing everyone giving, Ananta the Rasi to pull him opportunity with seva and simultaneously blessing also. In that way, both way, he is always helping us and to become his seva. In seva only he is giving us adhikar. Pancha kalpatru vishya kripa sindhu. शंकराचार्य मनोजी की स्तुति करते हैं, जातिक कायम जी कथन सुना संगीत पर जगन्नाथ में तो कालीन जी ये कालीन जी का तो नहीं है, हैं? तो क्या बोलते हैं जातिक कालीन जी कथन सुना संगीत मुदाबेरी नारी कभी मुदाबेरी नारी है, क्या बोलते हैं जगन्नाथ जी के सामने कहाँ से आया इस जीवों के राधा ने मुझे सुबह आप क्या बोल रहे हैं जगन्नाथपुरी कहाँ वो जगन्नाथपुरी है तो वृंदावन में काम दिक्कत की जगन्नाथपुरी ठीक है अंदर से बैठकर ठीक है क्योंकि मैंने जगन्नाथ था और क्या पता कि काम की क्लास क्या बोलना पूरा कौन सा बेटी का संप्रदाय के पास है या किसी कृष्ण के पास है या नए
Krishnaaya Krishnaaya Prabhupada. The Amshaya Shri Guru Charanam Deva Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Lord Jai Rup Sanatana Bhakti Shri Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, most powerful, sustainable programs. All spirit of spiritual masters. Itlai Shivam Bhaktiran Shri Narayana Sarvam Shri Itlai Shivam Bhaktiran Shri Amna Sarvam Shri Jai Bharakara. All the Vaishnavas present. So the question being raised, that you see that the Jagannath Ashtakam was personally sung by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Mahaprabhu himself would recite this Jagannath Ashtakam in front of Jagannath. And then we hear that Shankaracharya in the very first line, he has mentioned Kalachit Kalindi, Takarudina, Sandi, Bhogatani, Kamalas, Swada, Madhupa. That Jagannath, who is he? He is the same Krishna, the rights of Kalindi thought. What is he doing? He is finishing this nectar, the movement face of Kamala. So who is Kamala? Normally they said Lakshmi Devi, she is called Kamala. But we see Jayadeva Goswami also in his Mangala Geet, he said, Shita Kamala Kuchamangala, Vedamangala, So here we see that Radharani is actually Kamala. Why? Because Radharani is called Kamala because she holds a lotus flower in her hand always. And she keeps this lotus flower in her hand, and she is always twirling this flower. Means she's taking this flower in her hand and she's circling it in this way. Why? Because when Krishna sees her doing this, then his own heart is being churned. He's receiving so much uddipam to meet with Srimati Radhika. Therefore, she is called Kamala. So Kamala Swada Madhupa. So here we see Jagannath, he is a bumblebee who is relishing that nectar of Srimati Radhika. Because normally we see here, we want Krishna to relish the beauty of Srimati Radhika. This is the mood of the Gaudiyas. Like we see, Jayadeva Goswami is again said, Shri Mukha Chandra Chakora Jaya Jaya Deva. There it is said that Krishna is the Chakora, who is relishing the beauty of Srimati Radhika's face, which is like a Chandra, which is like a spotless moon. So here Krishna is addressed as Chakora. But here you see the word Chakori is not used. Chakori is feminine and Chakora is masculine. So here you see again Chakor is used because you see this Chakora, this bird, it only drinks water during the Swati Nakshatra. Only drinks that water, else it will die. It will not drink any other water. So similarly here Krishna, he will only drink the beauty of Srimati Radhika's face, not any other gopi's face. No other gopi. Therefore, here we see Shatakoti Gopi Manjate. Even millions of gopis cannot steal his name, except Srimati. So therefore, with all these said names, Shankaracharya, he recited these two names. And then you see this line of Jagannath Ashtakam. This is the very reason that the Gaudiya Vaishnavas especially sing this people. Rasanandi Radha Sarasa Vapu Radhingana Sukho Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patakami Kuvaku. Shankaracharya is saying that may that Jagannath, who is experiencing so much happiness, relishing Srimati Radhika, appear on the pathway of my vision. So Shankaracharya has especially prayed that may that Jagannath who is embracing Srimati. You see, even our Param Gurudev also has prayed in such a way in his Radha Vinodya Hari Tattvashtakam. Radha Lingita Vigraha, he said. Then also he said that Radha Lingita Vigraha, and then he says Shri Krishna Charanam Mande Radha Lingita Vigraha. That I offer my pranams to that Krishna, to those who that Krishna who is embraced by Srimati Radhika. In his Radha Vinodya Hari Tattvashtakam. So therefore Shankaracharya is such a Vasik Vaishnava. And we see that all these other things he did was only to bewilder the Buddhists and the others. Because at that time, the Buddhists had taken hold of India because of the Ashok and other things. So the Buddhists are also taken hold of this Jagannath temple also. It is said that Jagannath, Baldev and Subhadra, they were also worshipped as Buddhists, but in another form. They were worshipping Jagannath in one form, Baldev, Subhadra is like Dharma, is Kirti, Subhadra was worshipped as Kirti, and Baldev was worshipped as Dharma, and Jagannath was worshipped as Buddha in this one. But when Shankaracharya came there, what did he do? He reinstated the service of Jagannath and broke the Buddhist service. Like we see, this Pandit Vijay also is named after one king called Pandit Vijay. Why is it named after this king, this Pandit Vijay? Because this king, he also broke the Buddhists over Jagannath Puri. So in honor of this king, this festival was named as Pandit Vijay. Similarly here also, Shankaracharya, because he broke all the Buddhists away, to this day, the Pandavas, they are so indebted to Shankaracharya that whenever they start the Rath Yatra, they call this Acharya of this Govardhan Mutt in Jagannath Puri. Because we see Shankaracharya, he established 4 mutts in 4 parts of India. He established one mutt in Jagannath Puri, one in Sringeri, one in Joshimath, and one in Dwarka. See, 2 of his mutts are in 2 most important places related to Krishna's name, Jagannath Puri and Dwarka. Why did he do this? And we see that one of Shankaracharya's final instructions was what? Govindam Govindam Bhaja Govindam Mooramate. Only remember Govinda's name, don't think of anything else. And we see even now in Shankaracharya's temple in Dharmasthala, there, to this day, they sing this Vishnu Sodashanam Stotra. There in Karnataka, in Dharmasthala. And that Vishnu Sodashanam Stotra, there is one name that Shankaracharya especially likes, Narsinga Karna Nancha. He has the Narsinga Kavach also sung there. Because once one Tantric, he wanted to sacrifice Shankaracharya, he wanted to kill him. Then Shankaracharya, he remembered this one line from Vishnu Sodashanam Stotra, that whenever you are in the forest, you think about Narsingadev, Narsinga Karna Nancha. And then as soon as he started reciting the names of Narsingadev, Narsingadev himself appeared and killed this Tantric. He gave darshan to Shankaracharya. So therefore to this day they sing this Narsinga Kavach and Vishnu Sodashanam Stotra. So he's a great devotee. You see in Joshimath also they worship this deity of Narsingadev. This is the same Narsingadev who gave this Bodha and Bhashya to Ramanujacharya. Ramanacharya wanted this, but then Narasimhadev, he made all the other scholars fall asleep, and then he gave this Bhutan Bhashya to Ramanacharya. So this way, Shankaracharya, we know that he only appeared according to time, place, circumstance, and he was preaching according to that time. Mahaprabhu himself used to say that Shankar is Sakshat Acharya. We follow, we worship him as an Acharya. But still the teachings he has given is only to bewilder the atheists. Because we see that Bhagavan himself requested him to do so. Because many people, on the pretext of following bhakti, were trying to create many problems in this line of devotional service. So Shankaracharya appeared and he bewildered him. But what he really came to give, he came to give to this Jagannath Ashtaka. This Ganga Stotra and so many other stotras. So here we see how did Shankaracharya even realize such sentiments? How can he even say Rasanandi Radha Sarasavakur Kavinda Supa? Because who is he? He is Lord Shiva himself. And Lord Shiva, he is speaking on the Ashtakali Leela to Parvati Devi. He is speaking on this. He knows the Ashtakali Leela. Even this Munindra Vrinda Vandite is spoken by Lord Shiva himself. Gurudev also used to say that Rupa Goswami, he inspired this in Lord Shiva's heart. This Munindra Vrinda Vandite. So this way, Lord Shiva is a very Rasik Vaishnava. And we see Lord Shiva can even give this highest kind of Prajakta. Like once Bhakti Jivan Janardhan Mishra Maharaj, he asked Gurudev, can Gopishwar Mahadev give this Prajakta? And Gurudev quoted the shloka, Vrindavan Ahankate, Jaya Soma Soma Bhavan, Sanata Sanandan Sanatan Mahadevya, Gopishwar Rajavilasinani, in fact, if one wants to enter into this Rasastali in Vamsivat, one has to go past Gopishwar. Even now to this day, you see, if you want to go to Vamsivat, you have to go and seek permission from Gopishwar Mahadev, and only then you can enter into Vamsivat. Independently, you cannot do so. Krishna and Radharani have given this adhikar to Gopishwar Mahadev. He is the guardian of this Rasastali. So therefore, in this way, he is relishing all these leaders of Radha and Krishna. And we heard the other day that Vaishnavas are saying, what is the meaning of the Jyotirlingas? Like in India, you see there are many Jyotirlingas. Like in Somnath, in this Tirumapeshwar Mandir, and this Ujjain, Mahakaleshwar, there are many Jyotirlingas there. What is the meaning of this Jyotirlinga? What is the meaning of this effulgence? This effulgence is actually Swarup Shakti herself. Because when Shivji was speaking this Murinda Vrinda Vandite, and Srimati Radhika herself, the Swarup Shakti was transmitted into his heart. And that Swarup Shakti manifested as a 12 Jyotirlingas. In this way. Jyoti means what? Effulgence. He holds that mercy of Srimati Radhika within himself. And he's manifesting it everywhere. Helping everyone. You know that Katha during this Shivratri, Shiv Chaturdashi. So therefore in this form, Shiv Thakur is always there, directly witnessing Radha and Krishna's leaders. In that same Shiv Thakur appeared as Shankaracharya. And also we see that just as Bhagavan inspired this Chatushloki Bhagavad within Lord Brahma, just as Bhagavan inspired Sukadeva Goswami to speak the Bhagavatam. It is said that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he inspired Rupa Goswami to write all these scriptures, like Vedanta Madhav, Dalit Madhav, everything. It's like this verse that Gurudev always knows, the first verse of the Bhagavatam, where it says that Adi Kavai. This Adi Kavi is who? Is Brahma, is Sukadeva Goswami, is Rupa Goswami. So they say Bhagavan himself, the Ishtadev, inspired it through his devotees. Similarly here, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself inspired this Jagannath Ashtakam through the heart of Shankaracharya. He inspired it because he knew that he will recite this Ashtakam. And Bhagavan, we know, he always wants to glorify his bhaktas. So he himself inspired this Ashtakam within the heart of Shankaracharya. And then when he recited, everyone would glorify Shankaracharya. Saying, just say, Mahaprabhu himself, Bhagavan himself is reciting this Ashtakam that Shankaracharya has written. Because Mahaprabhu is always wants his devotees to be glorified, and therefore he gave this. Like we see even this, like even one verse of the Sikshashtakam, it has a very similar meaning to one verse from the Jagannath Ashtakam. This Macharajam, there's one shloka in the 7th one where he says, Shankaracharya, I don't want any wealth, and he follows nothing. Mahaprabhu says the same thing, Na dharam, na janam, na kavitam sundarim, va jagadisha kamai. Then he says, I only want this high to be bhakti, life after life. The same thing Shankaracharya is also praying there in the 7th verse of this Jagannath Ashtakam. So therefore we see Bhagavan is always complementing what his bhaktas say. He will not even act independently from his bhaktas. And we see Bhagavan also wants that the Vaishnavas don't minimize the position of Shankaracharya. Like we see even in Paramurda's biography, this Mayavadi Jivani, Paramurda has done so much research cutting the arguments of Shankaracharya. But in the end, Paramurda has also said that Shankaracharya only according to time and circumstance, he said what he said. And I offer my pronouns to him. So therefore, Bhagavan never wants anyone minimizing his position. And we see that Shankaracharya, he also came, he wanted to come to Vrindavan also. He came to Navadvip also. But then Mahaprabhu, he told him, don't speak a Mayavad philosophy here. And don't write a commentary on the Bhagavatam. Therefore, the Mayavadis, they don't respect the Bhagavatam so much because Shankaracharya has not written a commentary on it. They say this Bhagavatam was written by someone else called Vopadev, not Vyasadeva. Because they say that Vyasadeva is Sanskrit in the Puranas and Vedas, that is one style, and the style in the Bhagavatam is another style. The Shaili is different. Therefore, it is Vopadev, not Vyasadeva. The Vaishnavas are purposely saying it's written by Vyasadeva. Actually, it's not the case. Shankaracharya was only following the orders of his Prabhu, not preach Mayavad. And even the Mayavadis here in Vrindavan also, actually, they also have a very soft heart. They are different from the Mayavadis in Haridwar and Kashi. The Mayavadis in Haridwar and Kashi are like one way, like offenders or brothers. But the Mayavadis here in Vrindavan, they are much better than that. The Buddha was saying in class, they are much better than in one way. Because at least they are saying Radhe Radhe. They do Govardhan Parikrama, they do Vrindavan Parikrama, they go on darshans. So at least they are much better off than them. So this way, Shankaracharya received the spurti of his Ishtadev in his heart by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then when he saw the ocean, he was reminded of this Kalindi. Then he saw this Chatar Parvat, he was reminded of Giriraj. Then he saw this Aitopa, he was reminded of Vrindavan. And then he wrote this Chaitanya. And which Mahaprabhu himself was like so happy with so much wish.
ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुवरं शिरुपानुगप्रावरं व्रजरसरसितं च नारायणं नमः। श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे रमानुकृष्णाय भूतले विरूपानुगभक्तिजं च कृपामूर्तिं नारायणं। वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम राम। First of all, I offer my Sastantantra pranams unto the lotus feet of our most worshipful Sri Gurudev, Nitya Lila Pravishta Om Vishnupad Shishmad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Sri Maharaj, Prabhupada Guru Varga, Avasnava Vaishnavas and Vaishnavas. When I first came to the mat, we were singing all of these different ashtakams. Actually, this Jagannath Ashtakam, I don't like to chant so much. My idea before was that Jagannath is Dwarkadish. So like not so interested like singing song for him. But then later on, during Gurudev's classes, we're understanding he's not just Dwarkadish. And actually, it's very interesting. Now, the only reason why I'm having that conception, like I'm also not wanting to sing this Jagannatha Sangam because I'm not reading the translation, what the song is all about. Because if we're really reading, then just in the very first two verses of this Jagannatha Sangam, it's actually describing Jagannath as Krishna himself, of course. Where it said, Kadachit Kalindi Tata Vipina Sankita Karava. Said he is he's playing all this music on the bank of the Yamuna. Mudha Vidinari Vatana Kamala Svada Badupa. Like a very thirsty bumblebee, eager to drink honey or eager to collect nectar from the beautiful faces of the gopis. So like, who is that? That cannot be Dwarkadish, or that can be like talking about Vrindavan and Yamuna. So immediately, and this is very wonderful because who is singing this? Actually, Mahaprabhu sang this, but who wrote this? That is Shankaracharya. Now in Jaiva Dharma, we see how the Bhaktivinoda Thakur is telling there, this Babaji Maharaj, Premdas Babaji Maharaj, when he mentions the name of Shankaracharya, he's actually offering obeisances. And he's actually saying that, of course, his philosophy is, this Mayavad is very bad. But he is actually the greatest devotee. And he was only doing this because really, who else can do this particular like mission? Like Mahadev, he drinking poison. Who else can do like that? The same way, there's a reason why this Mayavad has to be taught. So he's doing this. But who his real identity is, we know as Mahadev, he is Vaishnavanam Yatasambo. So he's the greatest of the Vaishnavas. And therefore, here in his writing, then you can see his real identity. Oh, like that really he knows, like Krishna, his worshipable Lord. He's writing this, but the Mayavadi followers, they're cheated and they don't know this. So he's writing Ganga Stotra, he's writing this Jagannatha Ashtakam. And here he's revealing some really confidential and identity of Jagannath, which when Mahaprabhu came, then he's confirming this is right. He himself is singing. In the first verse, then he said, Rama Shambhu Brahma Ganesh Brahma Shambhu Brahma Pati Ganesh Sarchita Pado. His lotus feet is worshipped by Lakshmi, Shiva, the Shambhu, that's himself, and then Brahma. Then he's saying, Bujay Sabhi Beinam Shirasi Shiki Bicham Kaditati. Who is that? He said, on his left hand he's holding the flute, and in his head he has picked a feather. So how can that be like Dwarkadish? So that's Krishna. So here directly on this very first two verses, directly he's showing Jagannath is Krishna himself. Of course, in the other verses, then he's showing now, like pastime of Krishna. Now he's going to Dwarka, and there he has his Baladev in the palace. He's there with Baladev and then Subhadra. Now he's actually praying like Jagannatha Swami Nayana Patagami Baba Tume. Let me be the object of my vision all the time. So he wants to be able to have darshan of this Jagannath. So very interesting. On the very first, he's giving to us what is that darshan of Krishna. But then now in the form of Aditya as this Jagannath, then he's praying also in this Jagannath Ashtakam. He's praying like now you're going on the way on the chariot like this, like Rath Yatra. But then he's showing his prayer that may you be pleased and you reveal yourself to me. Of course, like Maharaj has said, the most like revealing of this verse is in the sixth verse, wherein it said, Sada, Sada, I think what is this? Sada, Rasanandina Radha Sarasabapur Alingana Sudho. He said that he is so much happy being embraced by Srimati Radharani. Like this. So that Jagannath. When this happened, when they're actually now like meeting, actually he's actually showing the original Jagannath is this Brajendranandan Krishna. Now what we see as the deity now, separated from Radharani, we know that the Yogi Krishna and some Yogi Krishna meeting in Kurukshetra. This is aspect of the original Krishna, who is the Brajendranandan Krishna. The same Krishna that Mahaprabhu likes to see when he comes to Jagannath. He said Sakshat Brajendranandan. So he's looking that Krishna of Braj, not Krishna like who is Dwarkadish. Because really Dwarkadish, in the eternal Dwarka, Dwarkadish never looked for Radharani. Eternal Dwarkadish consort is Rukmini, Satyabhama. Never will he look for Radharani. Like in Ayodhya, the eternal consort of Ram is Sita. Ram will never look for like Radharani. He will never have separation of Radharani, but Ram will have separation for Sita. So when we talk about like this Jagannath, this very special form of this Murti with no arms and like big eyes, that is because now in manifestation of his so much like eagerness and some separation for Radharani and the Brishbasis. Who is that? Not the Dwarkadish Krishna, but the Krishna of Braj. So in this Jagannath Ashtakam, then Shankaracharya is actually praying to directly that, oh, you are that Krishna of Braj, and your happiness really is when you're embraced by Radharani. So in this way, he's actually glorifying, like we say, the real glorification of Krishna is when Radharani is glorified. Unless Radharani is glorified, then really that is not complete glorification. That is not Sankirtan. So here in this, then he's mentioning how Jagannath is so happy, only embrace, he's relishing supreme rasa by the embrace of Srimati Radharani. So here clearly and it's very amazing how Shankaracharya, who's for many Gyanis and Brahmavadis and Mayavadis, they would consider their master, and using all his teachings to show that God is not a person, he is only like a white light or like Brahma, no form. He himself is now in this prayer is actually praying to that Jagannath, the Krishna of Braj, the eternal master and beloved of Srimati Radharani. So here he is giving the example, like secretly, like open secret for the jivas to pray and appreciate who really Jagannath is.
नाम में कुछ है, कि अंदर, कि मतलब में इस संप्रदाय परिस्थिति में बोलना कि हमारी बात चाहते हैं स्थिति कौन बोलेगा क्या सरल से क्या
ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य विनम्यस्वाभ्यां चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुवरं श्रीरूपानुगप्रवरं ब्रजरसरसिजं च नारायणं तं प्रपन्नं श्रीगुरुचरणं वन्दे रमणप्रेष्ठाय भूतले रूपनुगभक्तिदं च कृपामूर्ति नारायणम्। पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे। First of all, my sister and brother, pronounce the thousand times Lord Sri Sri Guru Paramahansa Vishnu Paramahansa Krishna Bhaktivedanta Narayan Charanara Sri Gurudev. Secondly, my sister and brother, pronounce the thousand times Lord Sri Rupananda Gauri Krishna. And my sister and brother, pronounce all the numbers of Krishna and Krishna. By Sri Guru Paramahansa's goodness, mercy and the goodness mercy of the Vaishnavas, we are celebrating our Sri Jagannath Rath Yatra here in Sri Vrindavan Dham, Braj Dham. Is the eternal residing place of Sri Jagannath, eternal residing place of Sri Krishna. Okay, our Guru Varga have explained, Vaishnava asked that this Jagannath, what relation he has with Braj? So here, we find any Jagannath Deity. Also, here anywhere been mentioned Jagannath's name, what connection? Like Shankaracharya he is connecting Jagannath to Vrindavan. How he is connecting? Just he making this up, or is there actual some eternal connection there? So, first of all, we know that as we've been hearing, Shankara Sakshat. Shankaracharya is Shiva himself. He is Shankar. And Shankar is Vaishnavanandata Shambhu. He is the greatest of the Vaishnavas. He has eternal relationship with Sri Krishna. You know how when Krishna was born and Shiva came, Gokul Mahavan, hankering for Krishna's darshan. And only after we know this katha, and then when Krishna was crying so much, he wouldn't stop crying. And then Mother Yashoda wrapped Krishna in a black cloth with a black bindi, and then removed the cloth for 1 second and showed Krishna to Shiva, then Shiva became happy. And then Krishna began clapping and stopped his crying. Became very happy. Then Mother Yashoda was astonished. Oh, this Baba is a good Baba, making my Lala happy. And he said, you stay nearby, I will maintain you. And he received the name Chintaharan Mahadev, one who removes all misery, all worries. This is Shiva. He has a eternal relationship with his Prabhu. Wherever there is Bhagavan's mandir, Shiva's mandir will be nearby. So, and therefore Shiva is performing all of these sevas for Bhagavan that no one else can perform. He has come as Shankaracharya, Mayavaram Asakshastram Prachannam Bodham Uchate, to preach this Asakshastra, this false philosophy, to delude all asuras. His manifested as Durvasa Rishi. Durvasa Rishi, he is also Vaishnava, but he's playing the role of impersonalist. He is also Shiva Amsa, manifestation of Shiva. Gurudev had so much affinity for Durvasa. Vaishnavas asked Gurudev, why are you building this temple there, in the middle of Rohavan, middle of nowhere, no road to get there, you have to go there by boat, there's only villages there, nothing there. And Guru said, no. He invested so much money there and built a huge temple, 4 floors into the mountain deep, everything, he established Yamuna's deity there, Durvasa, everything. All murals and paintings and so Gurudev, he has so much affinity. Why? Because the Vaishnavas, we cannot realize Vaishnava so easy. Vaishnava Kriya Mudra Nabhi Gyaya Bujha. Vaishnava Chidana Devara Shakati. Na Deva Deva Archaya. Deva Deva Archaya. Only a Vaishnava who worships can understand another Vaishnava. Gurudev, he knows the bhakti is very hidden, it's very gopan. The gopis also, they have been described as Yabachari Dushta. Externally they are corrupt, moving in the jungle. Kremastriya, Vanachari, Yabachari Dushta, moving in the forest here and there. But Krishna, Paramatma, Ruddha Bhava, they have the topmost moods and love for Krishna. So Shankaracharya, Shiva himself has a eternal relationship with Krishna. Therefore, wherever he is going, externally he is showing this role as being this Advaitavadi, Mayavadi sannyasi. It's very hard and interested only in grammar and logic and explaining his Mayavad philosophy. But then when he is coming there to Puri and coming in front of his Jagannath, then how will this mood remain? Mahaprabhu, when he comes in front of Jagannath, what he is saying? Pratima nahi tumi sakshat prajandananda. Vigraha nahi tumi. You are not any deity, you are sakshat prajandananda. So when Lord Shiva is coming in front of his guru, then what will happen? Naturally his mood will come out. And then he's saying that this is Jagannath, this is my Radhanath, this is my Gopinath. We understand that Bhagavan is one. He is Advayagam Paratattva. And that one Bhagavan is described by so many names. So for those who have some less adhikar, then they may see the Lord as Jagannath, as the Lord of the Master of the universe. But in reality, we know that Jagannath is who he is, Gopinath himself, he is Radhanath. He is directly the beloved of Srimati Radhika, the master of the gopis, beloved of the gopis. And therefore Shiva, he understands this, he knows this. He himself is also a Braj Gopi, Gopishwara Mahadev. Therefore, in Vrindavan Dham, we know, you can see even in the gopis, when they are entering into separation, they are singing Gopi Geet, and they are saying different prayers. Sometimes they will say, they are Akile Deyanam, they are praying, they are actually praising Krishna in this kind of mood, in this kind of, it seems like some Aishwarya Gyan is the Aishwarya Bhav, but it's not really. Yogamaya is just covering them and they are speaking in this way, but they don't really believe that Krishna is actually Paramatma or Bhagavan. They're just speaking like this, in the mood of separation. Therefore, this name Jagannath, it is eternally connected to Braj. Because actually, if you read Brahma Samhita, it said that the Mool Tattva is Braj, is Shvetadri. And from that Mool Tattva, everything else expands. And that Mool Tattva is present everywhere. So, therefore, Braj Dham is present here. It is everywhere. Krishna is everywhere. But the material world is not present there. The material elements are not there. But the spiritual reality is pervading it, is everywhere. So the Mool Tattva expands into everything else. So therefore, this name Jagannath, this form of Jagannath, it has come from Brajamandala only. It is eternally here. But it is being manifest where? There in Puri. If you read Bihar Bhagavatamrita, Sanatana Goswami says that Nitya Jagannath Puri Dham is there. Actually, Gopkumar, he travels through that Nitya Jagannath Puri Dham. And it is there after you go from Swakiya Golok, you go further, and it's just there where below Dwaraka. And then from there to Mathura, then to Braj. So that Nitya Jagannath Puri Dham is eternally present in Golok Vrindavan, in this Golok, in this spiritual world, this Madhurya Dham. And therefore, Jagannath, we can see even in Vrindavan there is Jagannath temple. The Vaishnavas themselves, they resided there for like 1 year. When we were staying in Anandam, every day we were giving classes there in Jagannath, in that Jagannath temple. And even we performed Rath Yatra there, Snan Yatra, everything. So Jagannath, if he is not here in Braj, then where is he? Therefore, if you go to Vrindavan, if you go to Jagannath Puri Dham, we know that Navadvip Dham is Abhinna Vrindavan, non-different. But Jagannath Puri is described as a Shankar Chatra, is conch shell. The shape is a conch. And it is described to be Dwaraka by Kaviraj Goswami Gurudev. They describe this to be non-different from Dwaraka. But at the same time, the Vaishnavas have also described this as Gupta Vrindavan. Vrindavan is there in a hidden way, in the sense that it is Udipan for Vrindavan. Like we have Chatak Parvat gives Udipan for Govardhan. The Ayatota gives Udipan for the forest and the trees, the palm trees, they give Udipan for the 12 forests of Vrindavan. The ocean gives Udipan for Yamuna. And therefore Jagannath there, and if you look at his service throughout the year, he's always been giving this Braj Vesh, Braj Sringar, Geet Govinda is written on his cloth, Radhika's name on his garland is written on Chandan. They are offering fruits, they are singing all Jai Goswami songs, the Devadasis, the songs doing something to Jagannath every day. They're doing Juna Yatra, Chandana Yatra, Snan Yatra, so many different, and all these different Veshas, all Braj related. And without this Braj Mohi Seva, this Braj Bhav, Jagannath is not happy, he never accepts anything. So all the Pandas and Daidapatis, they're always serving Jagannath in this place. Because Jagannath is who? He is Krishna who is in separation from the Brajvasis. Therefore, in order to make Krishna Jagannath happy, then he has to be reminded, he has to be served in this mood, in this Braj mood. One time, Bhaktivinoda Muni Maharaj asked Gurudev on morning walk, he said that, is it possible that Dwarkadish Krishna will cry for Vrindavan, cry for Braj? And Gurudev said, no. So then, who is this Jagannath? If his eyes, his limbs have disappeared, his legs have disappeared, his eyes have become big, and he has accepted this form, and who is that Jagannath? That is Krishna, who is left Vrindavan in separation from Vrindavan. It is that Prajananda that Samasundara has left and gone to Dwarka. In eternal Dwarka Puri, there Dwarkadish is not, you cannot say that he has left Braj. He is actually there in his own Dham, he is happily there with his queens and everything. But in this Bhauma, in this Naravat Leela, this Bhauma Leela, Krishna actually physically leaves Vrindavan in one form. And that form that physically leaves Vrindavan goes to Mathura Dwarka. That is that form that becomes Jagannath. He is always crying for Vrindavan. It is that form that originally and ultimately Rupa Goswami describes. He comes on a chariot and he comes back to Vrindavan Dham, where there in Lohavana. The Brajvasis see the chariot, see the flag, and they all come there to welcome. Rupa Goswami describes after hearing his killing of Nanda Bhakta, he comes back. So there is some speciality between the Aprakat Leela and the Prakat Leela. And some moods that are present in the Aprakat Dham actually manifest physically here in the Prakat Leela. So this mood, in Braj Dham, in the Chanu Dham, Krishna never lives Vrindavan. But here we can see that actually in one form he's leaving and then he's going. And therefore this Jagannath is none other than Gopinath, is none other than Radhanath. Therefore we should not think that Jagannath is not connected to Vrindavan Dham. Therefore Shankaracharya, seeing his own Gopinath, seeing his Radhanath, seeing his Jagannath, and all these moods, Braj moods are coming in his heart, and he cannot control himself, and he's speaking these things. And therefore he's making a mat there in Jagannath Puri. And then why he's doing his bhajan there? Because his Lord is there. But his followers, then they are the Bhogi, these Mayavadis, and they don't respect, they don't understand. One time Vishnu Dagat Maharaj, he went there to Puri during Rath Yatra time. And he took Dandi Maharaj's calling card with him. And on his card there is, triple PhD, so many PhDs and postgraduate and US patents, this and that. He just showed the card, immediately the Mayavadis, they gave Vishnu Dagat Maharaj AC room, everything. And all his big scholar with so many qualifications. So this is what Mayavadis and impersonalists they want. They want mundane knowledge, mundane learning, and all these things. They cannot recognize the Vaishnava. Any Vaishnava will go to their mat and what they'll give any room, they'll never give. But you show any mundane qualifications and they give mundane things. So Shankaracharya is teaching Sanskrit grammar is for the Mayavadis and for the Bhogis, he's showing all these things, teaching all this Asat Shastra. And all these Bhogis and everything are separating themselves from the Vaishnava and they're all coming in one hand. But in reality, his real hidden soul, his real personality, only the Vaishnava know. And we know that Bhaktivinoda Thakur himself, he has truly described in words of Shankaracharya in his Jaiva Dharma. And Gurudev has spoken on all these things. So we are very lucky that we are in Sri Gurudev's line and we can really understand. This Sambandha, this relationship can come with our Guru Parampara, Guru Bhagavad. Then we can understand who is Lord Shiva, who is Shankaracharya, all these things. In other Gaudiya Math, they don't follow Sri Bhakti. They don't understand who is Durvasa. They don't understand who is Shankaracharya in this way. Gurudev mercifully has revealed all these things, and the Vaishnavas, even more, they are revealing all these things to us. And like Kurunima was saying, but who is Lord Jagannath? For this appreciation, this deep understanding was not there, but now we're realizing more and more that Lord Jagannath is not anyone ordinary. But he is Sakshat Prajanananda himself, who is crying for the blood of Rasa.